So I wanted to make this video for anybody out there who's maybe looking in the future, maybe that'd be in a few months, or maybe you're kind of currently looking at this right now, who kind of wants to start selling anything online. Now, when I mean anything, I'm kind of referring to any kind of educational product, meaning any kind of course, any kind of online program, or any kind of ebook that helps people out. Before you start selling those things, there's a few things you should absolutely know, and that's going to determine the success of what you want to sell essentially. So in this video, I'll break down exactly what you should know if you want to have true success with whatever you want to kind of sell online. And I can say this because I am someone who has an agency and who is actually in the space of selling informational products, right? Usually programs or courses, but I know what makes a good product, and I know the things that a lot of people get wrong once they do want to start selling something online. And I'll just want to give out value in this video and kind of show you what you shouldn't be doing, also what you should be out looking for. And essentially it's coming from me who really guides people on the exact programs and the exact format of things to sell if they do want to start selling something. So that's why I'm kind of in a position to tell you this right now. So before you start selling any kind of educational product, it's super important, because you're selling education, you're helping someone out. It's super important to know what that person is out looking for when they're seeking help directly from you. Because a lot of the times people will assume about people and start building a product that they think that they want, but in reality it's not exactly what they want. So they'll build something out, they'll spend months and months actually building something out, but it's actually not what they want. And that can lead to so many bad things. You can have a launch nobody buys. You can have a product that somebody buys and it's actually not what they're looking out for, and the program's not fit for them. There's a lot of things that can go bad if you don't actually truly know what your audience wants. And there's certain strategies that you can kind of do in order to know exactly what your audience wants before starting that building that product of yours. But before I want to get into that though, I do want to do a disclaimer that every single way that people do sell things online, whether that be a really small product or a huge product, multiple thousands of dollars, or a little small product that's $5, people buy these kind of products, right? I'm not saying that this is the only way you should do, and this is the kind of only the price range, or this is the only kind of product you should build. I'm just giving you advice on what on the industry truly works and what can have a really good business around your product. But in general, any kind of product can usually work. Now, you'll see different results with different products, and this is what I'm trying to clarify for you. But coming back to my first point, the first step is just simply seeing what exactly your audience wants. So there's multiple ways you can actually go about this. Now, just directly asking them is the best ways. You can kind of build out surveys and forms just to exactly know what they want. They can fill out something. And once you're actually releasing these forms and surveys for the people in your audience, it's super important to reward those people. Because there are people that want to buy your product, they're interested, therefore they'll write a form and it take 5 or 10 minutes out of their day just to help you kind of analyze what they want. So super important to also reward those people by giving them maybe a % off when you do launch the product, or early access or beta access. So again, that's super important to do if you do want to do surveys and forms to the people that want to buy your product. And with that, it'll give you a clear understanding of what exactly they want, what kind of modules they're looking for, what kind of help they're looking out for, what kind of price they're actually ready to pay in order to get a program and help like yours. So before you start selling anything online, the second point I would have to make, once you do find a bit your audience and what they kind of want, in that survey you ask them exactly what kind of price they're out looking to pay for and what kind of help is aligned with that. And you do that because not only you want to find their budget and how much they're willing to pay, but also in your case, so you don't undersell your offer. Now, obviously people are going to put lower price range because they don't want to pay that much amount, but you do have to realize that you can't undersell yourself. And this is one of the big problems we see when people do release offers on their own with no guidance. They just start by releasing their products that's super underpriced. And what that does, it causes a lot of problems. Problem number one, well, you're just not making as much money as you could. You have a lot more people that join in the program at a lower price. And because they're thinking of a lower price, what happens most of the time is that a lot of people will ask for refunds, or they're not going to be satisfied with the actual product just because they're with lower quality buyers. Also, you're also making it seem like your help or the program you've built is not actually worth that much, right? Are you saying, let's say you do sell a program and it's $200, then a full program that's supposed to really completely help and transform someone's life, only $200 is going to actually just raise a few questions for people like, how is this so cheap? Is this actually gonna be worth it? And these are definitely not questions you want. You wanna charge a high ticket price so people perceive you as, okay, this program is definitely gonna help me and I should definitely invest in a program that's that kind of price. And now, if you think that you can't charge these prices and you want to put it lower because you think that nobody's going to buy them, then that's actually not true. The right people is going to buy your program at whatever price. Now, don't go crazy with the price, but I'm just saying if you do charge a nice price and it's a bit higher ticket than what you usually see or what you were thinking, the right people are going to come to you and they're going to be asking for that help. And what happens with that is that you'll just have a bit less clients, so you'll have less people inside your program or that buy your course, but they're going to be higher quality, and the results that they're going to have is going to be way better than the people that bought at a lower price. And then when you've got people with good results, then obviously it's super good for your program because you actually leverage those to sell more of your programs, and it builds a lot of trust, and you can have testimonials with it. So the third thing I would actually advise you to do before you start selling anything online kind of leads back to the point I just made about the pricing. Now, if you're charging a higher price, obviously the program in itself has to be a very valuable and transformative program, right? You can't just build out a quick program that you made in 5 minutes and expect it to be able to sell it high and people will actually benefit from it. It goes back to just simply having a real program that actually delivers results for the people that actually buy from you. So if you have the price nailed down and you're actually charging a really good amount, that's fair, and that's, is charging a bit more on the higher ticket side, and as well as that the program in of itself is really good and really helps people out, then those two are already a super good base for you to actually start selling something. And these two things should definitely be the things you focus on currently. But now it's super important before you even start selling anything that what you launch to people that maybe that follow you, you have an intention, you want to launch something, and people are seeking out for your help already. So you have to make sure that every single process or system or the program itself or the platforms or the marketing you're going to do for it is up to standards, is exactly what you want to do. Because the thing is, you have members and people that are ready to buy, and if you don't have the price settled down for really good, you don't have the good transformation that you can bring. If you start selling something that's 50% to what you could actually be making, then you'll lose a lot of those followers who bought, and then they're not going to buy in the future when you do tweak your offer and your everything and the systems to make it as good as you want it. So it's super important to do, when you do your launch and you've set up a good price and the program looks good and the platforms are set up, that the program and everything is at 100% of what you can actually provide. That way, once you do have the people who are ready to buy and they just made the purchase and made the decision, then you can get the most amount of money from them, and you can also help out the most, which is going to help you with your business long term, like I just mentioned before. Also, something that's very important is once you're actually building out your program, your course, or your kind of help that you're going to provide, it's super important to know, once you do release it and people start joining, how much time within that help you're actually bringing to them is allocated to them, right? And that's going to tell you how much time you have to put out of your schedule to help people that just joined, right? If you're doing something where it's a mentorship or a one-on-one and you're really hands-on with the people, then you have to take it into consideration, or else you're going to spend too much of your time helping other people out and you're not going to have any time for yourself, because you're just helping people out all the time and you didn't calculate it before. So the best thing you can do is kind of see, okay, I'm doing a one-on-one offer, a mentorship offer. It's going to take, let's say, 1 hour per day per client. If I can only have 5 clients because I only want to do 5 hours a week, you have to kind of calculate that as well. Now, if you're doing something that doesn't necessarily require your help and it's only like a kind of a course module and you're just releasing out, which essentially we don't recommend that necessarily. We do recommend some kind of help and support after the course as well. But that's for another video. Then you don't necessarily have to put that much time on the side to help people directly if it's just a video course and you just want to sell it. Kind of similar to how if it's a PDF, right? You don't need to put your time into it. But then again, we recommend to have something also that helps people out. So more on the support side of things, that leads to you being able to charge higher prices as well. So to kind of recap, those are my kind of the best tips before you start selling anything online. I know a lot of people right now are trying to sell stuff online. It's just a few things to keep in mind before you actually release your own online course, program, or whatever that is. And in fact, this is essentially what we do with our clients. We guide them through the whole process of what needs to be done in order to have the most success. So kind of figuring out the best price, finding out what the audience wants, and building something that really resonates, really helps people, having the right systems put in place, the right platforms. Now, I know this may seem overwhelming because there is a lot of few steps that you have to implement to have something that's very, very successful. And doing that all by yourself can be a lot of trouble for you if you've never done it in the past. So that's kind of where we come in. So if it's of interest of getting our help when it comes to those kind of systems and making sure that once you do start selling something, you have it nailed down and it works on the first time, because we've done it for other people as well and have good results. So if that's of interest, you can check out the video, and the first link will kind of explain kind of how we help people and if you're qualified for it. So watch the video, and after that you can book a call if you feel like you're qualified. So I'll talk to you soon.